education is a great example of a public-private sector solution that has the potential to shift the business case for addressing an important sustainability problem. It also highlights the importance of early adopters who are willing and able to respond to incentives to act in the public interest. Here is Daniela Warman presenting her MPA capstone project, the Family Leave Fund, Alleviating Financial Burden from Family Planning.
I have a question for all of you in this audience. Imagine that a family member just fell sick, or you just found out that you're expecting a child. Can you afford to take 12 weeks from work, unpaid? I'm going to take a safe bet and assume that most of us sitting here in this audience cannot do that. The United States of America is the only industrialized country that does not provide a family paid leave. While other countries around the world are providing up to a year of paid family leave, the United States is falling behind, providing 0 weeks. The only federal legislation addressing this issue is the Family Medical Leave Act, which basically would allow me to take 12 weeks from work to care for a family member or a new child. But there is no mandate for this leave to be paid. And without pay, it's unaffordable for most, and it comes at high cost for many. The absence of a non-gender biased paid family leave creates unexpected adverse effects for individuals, their families, and their employers. This is a market failure, folks, from social equity to externalities. And my solution addresses just a little piece of this very, very complex problem. Like me, some states have identified that this is a big issue and that federal regulation is lagging behind. And they started implemented a paid family leave that would basically allow employees to take up to 6 weeks at partial pay. But a lot of the burden falls on the employee, as it is an employee-funded disability insurance program. At the local level, there's very exciting things happening. Inspired by the tech industry, San Francisco just rolled out a few months ago the paid parental leave program, which would basically allow Tyler and his wife Stephanie for each to take up to 6 weeks of fully paid leave to care for their newborn child. But unfortunately, it disregards family needs beyond parental ones. And even though these two programs are great, only 12% of Americans have access to paid leave, leaving 88% to figure out a way to finance their leave. This is not enough, you guys. That's why I created the Family Leave Fund. It's an employer-sponsored, tax-advantaged savings plan that would allow employees to plan, save, take the leave that they need to care for their families, and return when they're ready, not when they can no longer afford it. It is inspired by successful frameworks. We save for retirement, we save to go to college. How are we not saving to care for our families? These are just some of the key ingredients that would go into the Family Leave Fund to make it successful. You're all very, very familiar with all of these. Take me, for example. I'm soon to graduate from a program, and I will be looking for an employer that provides the most comprehensive benefits plan, and ideally, a family leave fund that would help me not have to choose between having a career and starting a family. But most importantly, that is not going to hold me behind, and I will be able to break through glass ceilings as they come along. It would allow me to access my savings to care for my grandma who recently fell ill, and also plan accordingly to start my own family when I'm ready for it. This multi-sectoral solution starts with a public-private partnership. With government intervening and regulating the market with the proper incentives and legislation, it would allow them to afford to provide the right benefits and support for their employees. And it would empower their employees to take the leave that they need and save the money to take the leave that they need and rely less on government public services. So what's in it for each stakeholder at the government level? The savings could be better invested in other public service programs, or could manage this fund and have a greater impact in the local community. For employers, significant benefits would come from partnering with their employees, attracting a high-quality workforce that aligns with their values by providing a family leave fund, increasing loyalty and productivity, and it goes on and on. For employees, they would be empowered to make the right decisions, to take the leave when they have enough savings, and not come back to work because they can no longer afford it, but because they're ready to come back and kick their careers forward. But most importantly, the social equity benefits related to implementing this program are significant, and it's what initially inspired me to look into this opportunity. So let's not settle. Let's not settle for a system that is broken and that is not sustainable for this economy or for the American families. Like any other big idea, mine also has to start at the local level. In fact, I am meeting next month with San Francisco Board of Directors Scott Weiner to discuss my idea and ideally implement it into the very innovative policies that the city is rolling out. So if this idea resonates with you, please get involved. Spread the word. Inquire in your company with the HR department about a plan like this. Connect me with people in your network that could empower me to roll this program forward. And most importantly, become a partner to pilot this program in your company. Why? Because I believe that families who are empowered to care for each other raise a better nation. Thank you.